As my late father said, are you too focused on getting an MBA like everyone else, or having an ME, a Master's of Experience? Today we're at Nurai, an amazing Greek restaurant on 54th Street between Madison and Park, and sharing a glass of wine and some thoughts about branding with you today. I'm Richard Kirshenbaum. I'm CEO of SWAT by Kirshenbaum. I have owned advertising digital marketing companies my whole career. I'm also a novelist. I just recently debuted a book called The Hollywood Fix, which is on Amazon. Today, we're going to talk about the 5 things it takes to build a personal brand. Know who you are. That's the number one thing about building a personal brand. What it is that you bring to the game. As an example, many years ago, I was working with the amazing Venus Williams. And Venus had a sportswear company called 11. Not 10. She always wanted to bring it to the next level. 11. And we all know, because Venus is such a champion, she's an Olympian, that she would bring the best sportswear, on and off the court. Her philosophy on winning also was incorporated losing, but Venus always demanded the best, better than the best. That's what's really important for you to know who you are and to bring your A game. It's important to gain and master your knowledge. As an example, I was privileged to work with Martha Stewart on her rebrand a couple of years back. Martha would always bring her knowledge to the table. Now, there are a lot of people who want a lifestyle brand. We know who some of those people are, but they don't have the knowledge, they don't have the experience, they don't have the expertise. So Martha's written cookbooks. She was a caterer. She understands what it takes to be the best. And so for me, when I work with clients, it's really important for me to work with people who bring that level of knowledge, expertise, and experience to the table. So if you're going to do that, bring that to the table, but know your stuff. Have a fresh idea no one else has had. Now, again, many years ago, I was honored to work with the original founders of Snapple. These guys weren't Harvard educated. They didn't go to Stanford. In fact, they had been window washers, but they had this thought: we want to have a beverage that was non-carbonated and harken back to the days of their grandparents, when their grandmothers used to reuse old jelly jars and make lemonade and iced tea during the summer. And they put it in the market with, unbelievable flavors. It was before the whole natural beverage trend. That was the best stuff on earth. Now, we brought ad campaign Wendy the Snapple Lady to life, and it was very successful. Howard Stern helped bring it to popular culture. But at the end of the day, it's having an idea that no one else has. Think big around the best people. Now, gathering an army of people who are the best will make your brand the best it can be. And many people don't have the confidence for that. Now, I was lucky enough to work with a great client and friend, Kenny Dichter, who founded Marquis Jet, was vice chairman of NetJets, which we worked together on, and then created Wheels Up. But Kenny always was able to gather the best and the brightest around his brands. Kenny demanded the best, wanted the best, and was confident enough to hire the best people. When you're creating a brand, look for the best. Gather the best talent that you possibly can, because at the end of the day, it's going to make you look good. Well, if you're not making money, it's a hobby. So here's the thing that I would always say, There are a lot of people that know how to raise money and certainly know how to spend money, but not everybody knows how to make money. Build it and they will come business. I'm not interested in that. I want to see, show me the money. How are you going to make, even $10? If you can spend money and you're good at that, that's just a hobby. But if you can make money, that's very unique. Because if you really can't fund your brand and you really can't, take it to the next level, it may be over before it's even begun.